2023 will be remembered as the year that rejuvenated the summer blockbuster post-COVID with the Barbenheimer cultural phenomenon. The unprecedented double feature, a historical biopic, and a fantasy comedy together ranked in over $2 billion, breaking away from the superhero-dominated trend. However, the Barbenheimer trend was briefly overshadowed by industry strikes, highlighting the growing role of AI in filmmaking. Despite these challenges, 2023 was a year of diverse, impactful cinema. New directors made waves while the seasoned pros showed us how it's done. Quickly then, here are films that made it to our top 10. Number 10, The Promised Land. Nikolaj Arcel's bleak historical drama is set in the inhabitable moors of 18th century Denmark. Based on Ida Jessen's 2020 novel, The Promised Land opens in 1755 as the determined and stoic Captain Ludvig Kahlen, hailing from a humble background, vows to transform the barren lands. Kahlen decides to use his army pension to fund this arduous project. In return, he wants the king to grant him a noble title and enough workers to build a profitable estate. Apart from the unforgiving landscape, the sadistic local landowner, De Schinkel, obstructs Kahlen's quest for wealth and status. Bolstered by a magnificently restrained central performance from Mikkelsen, the film takes us to a cruel society plagued by issues of race, class, bonded labor, and misogyny. The film might come across as quite somber to certain viewers, but its beautifully crafted widescreen visuals and compelling performances keep us engaged throughout. Number 9, May December. May December is an unconventional, twisted character study, and it's from a filmmaker who's already made brilliant, provocative character dramas like Safe, Far From Heaven, and Carol. Written by Sammy Birch, the film revolves around Gracie Atherton Yu and Elizabeth Berry, an actress who plays Gracie in an independent film. It's been 2 decades since Gracie, who served a prison sentence for rape when her sexual relationship with a 12-year-old boy, now her husband, becomes public knowledge. Elizabeth arrives to meet Gracie's family to research her role. Her non-judgmental yet uncomfortable presence causes a rift in Gracie's relationship with her husband, Joe, Charles Melton. Based on the tabloid scandal of Mary Kay Letourneau, May December is a profound meta-commentary on identity, filmmaking, and acting. Maura Portman's revelatory performances ably infuse their respective characters' ambiguous and darker shades. Number 8, Inside the Yellow Cocoon Shell. Vietnamese filmmaker Thanh Anh Pham's gorgeous debut chronicles a young man's spiritual journey. This languorous, slow cinema, which runs for nearly 3 hours, won the Camera d'Or at Cannes. The story revolves around Thanh Le Phong Phu, who lives a life of isolation in Saigon. His world is shaken upon learning of his sister-in-law, Han's, passing. With Thanh's brother having deserted his family, Thanh takes it upon himself to return Han's remains to their hometown and to locate his estranged sibling. The film is reminiscent of the mesmerizing and the worldly cinema of Apichatpong Weerasthakul. Its stunning visuals and sinuous storytelling also bring to mind Begon's poetic cinema Kylie Blues. Thanh's internal struggle and search for meaning are beautifully conveyed through a visually rich narrative, aided mostly by keenly observed long takes. Number 7, Io Capitano. This hard-hitting migrant drama chronicles teenagers Seydou and Musa's brutal journey from Dakar, Senegal, to Europe. While many films have delved into the somber subject, Io Capitano stands out for director Matteo Garrone's humanistic, fable-like approach. He made the realistic mafia drama Gomorrah, as well as the surrealistic fantasy horror Tale of Tales. In Io Capitano, he astoundingly blends both styles, portraying the harrowing reality without always focusing on the character's suffering. Seydou and Musa are thoughtfully sketched characters. Seydou's resilience, love, and faith remain the shining beacon in this hellish landscape. Garrone has collaborated with 3 Italian writers for the script. Most of the bone-chilling circumstances that befall the migrants are gathered from real experiences of Africans who all undertook a similar journey. The final irony-tinged close-up shot of Seydou will haunt you long after the end credits. Number 6, Close Your Eyes. This emotionally stirring and visually mesmerizing drama pays a fitting tribute to the magic of cinema. It's also a profound, contemplative drama on memory, loneliness, aging, and identity. The film marks Spanish filmmaker Victor Erice's return to feature-length filmmaking after 40 years. He's only made 2 feature films before, Spirit of the Beehive and El Sur, both revered globally for their unique and striking visual style. Erice's stunning new film revolves around aging director Miguel Garay, Manolo Solo, who returns to Madrid to do a TV program about his friend and actor Julio Arenas, Jose Coronado. Julio disappeared nearly 2 decades before. The re-examination of Julio's mysterious disappearance evokes a bunch of repressed memories and leads to one big surprise. At 83, Erice creates a lyrical, near masterpiece that's sure to elicit tears of joy from cinema enthusiasts. Number 5, The Holdovers. Alexander Payne's The Holdovers is an excellent, poignant Christmas movie for an adult audience. Set in the winter of 1970, the story unfolds within the confines of Barton Academy, a secluded and prestigious all-boys prep school in Massachusetts. Central to this narrative is Paul Hunnam, a history teacher with a Scrooge-like demeanor, brilliantly portrayed by Paul Giamatti. Hunnam is known for his gruff attitude and harsh grading, earning him the intense dislike of his students. With no holiday plans of his own, the school administration assigns him the responsibility of overseeing the Holdovers, students who, for various reasons, are unable to join their families during the 2-week winter break. Alexander Payne, acclaimed for his offbeat dramas that capture the essence of everyday American life, particularly in films like About Schmidt, Sideways, and Nebraska, once again demonstrates his mastery in The Holdovers. In this film, he exquisitely traces the inner transformation of the cynical and hardened teacher. Number 4, Killers of the Flower Moon. Set in 1920s Oklahoma, Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon is a heart-rending retelling of the tragic injustices inflicted upon the native Osage American tribe. Adapted from David Grann's book of the same name, the film begins by outlining the Osage's people's journey from poverty to unprecedented wealth following the discovery of oil on their land. However, this newfound prosperity attracts the malevolent attention of white men, driven by greed and racism, who devise sinister plans to strip the Osage of their wealth. At the heart of the story is Molly, portrayed by Lily Gladstone, an Osage woman whose family endures profound suffering at the hands of these predatory white men. Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro deliver compelling performances as the masterminds of this criminal ring, exuding charm while embodying reprehensible characters. Scorsese's extended runtime skillfully draws viewers into the depths of the community's experiences, offering a deeper understanding of the historical pattern of white America's systematic encroachment on Native American lands. Number 3, Past Lives. Playwright Celine Song's directorial debut is a deeply touching tale of 2 Korean childhood sweethearts, Na Young, Nora, and Hae Sung, as they attempt to rekindle their bond. Nora moved to Canada at 12, leaving behind her unspoken connection with Hae Sung. 12 years later, they briefly reconnect via Skype, but to no avail. Another 12 years elapse, and their lives have transformed significantly. Despite these changes, Hae Sung makes a journey to New York to meet Nora, who is now a successful playwright and married to a loving, supportive husband. Past Lives is an atypical romance drama that bewitchingly captures how love can be both enduring and fleeting. The film delves into the reality that individuals evolve significantly over time, making it nearly impossible to revert to who we once were. Yet it poignantly illustrates how the residual emotions tied to a person or a place can persistently shadow our lives. This film meticulously explores these complex and often contradictory emotions, offering a nuanced perspective on love and change. Number 2, Anatomy of a Fall. Justine Triet's Palme d'Or award-winning film is an intense courtroom drama. It revolves around Sandra Huller, a successful German author, living with her husband Samuel and visually impaired 11-year-old son Daniel in a remote snow-capped cabin in the French Alps. Daniel stumbles upon his father's body, dead as a result of a fall. Due to the inconclusive coroner's report, Sandra is indicted, though she firmly maintains her innocence. Triet's film is not a typical mystery with last-minute twists. It is not about finding out whether Samuel killed himself or if the wife murdered the husband. The film is a rather nuanced study of a troubled marriage. As a viewer, while we hear both sides of the argument in the trial, we profoundly meditate on themes of envy, resentment, depression, and misogyny. Anatomy of a Fall also showcases the irreparable psychological cost heaped on individuals due to a flawed judicial system. Number 1. Oppenheimer. Nolan's Oppenheimer delves into the life of the eponymous American physicist, notably his role in the creation of the atomic bomb during World War II. Adapted from Kai Bird and Martin Sherwin's book, Nolan's screenplay masterfully navigates the intricate geopolitics and Robert Oppenheimer's internal conflicts. Though the film marks Nolan's first foray into the biopic territory, it retains his signature style, like non-linear storytelling. The narrative unfolds in 3 parallel storylines. The first traces Oppenheimer's evolution into a prominent scientist spearheading the Manhattan Project. The second focuses on a security hearing that probes his alleged communist ties. The third, shot in striking black and white, tracks the journey of Oppenheimer's long-standing rival, Louis Strauss, during his Senate nomination hearing. Keeping pace with the film's densely layered and shifting timelines can be both challenging and frustrating, but Nolan's technical genius, his perceptive look of this somber historical period, and Cillian Murphy's phenomenal acting transform Oppenheimer into a sublime work of art. 2023 also gave us A Fire, The Teacher's Lounge, Earth Mama, When Evil Lurks, Barbie, Fallen Leaves, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest, About Dry Grasses, Monster, The Taste of Things, Perfect Days, and The Boy and the Heron. Find our full list of the 20 best films of 2023 in the description below.